Hi. Today I'd like to take you through a solution that we have created at Attest Partners to provide a best practice view on planning for financial services. This also supports regulatory change regarding management actions and stress testing. So at a high level, we have set up a number of BAU processes using the best practice capabilities within the EPM platform. So linking together project planning and workforce planning and providing that gap analysis between the project FT demands and the workforce supply and providing that full process. We've also introduced expense planning, so that out of the box capability connected with the workforce data and CapEx data as well. What we've additionally configured into the model is one of the core components of planning for banks is that whole revenue and fund planning. So planning out both the deposit and the loan side of the business to provide that liquidity. What that then does is allows us to move through to when we get to recovery and Hi. Today I'd like to take you through a solution that we have created at Attest Partners to provide a best practice view on planning for financial services. This also supports regulatory change regarding management actions and stress testing. So at a high level, we have set up a number of BAU processes using the best practice capabilities within the EPM platform. So linking together project planning and workforce planning and providing that gap analysis between the project FT demands and the workforce supply and providing that full process. We've also introduced expense planning, so that out of the box capability connected with the workforce data and CapEx data as well. What we've additionally configured into the model is one of the core components of planning for banks is that whole revenue and fund planning. So planning out both the deposit and the loan side of the business to provide that liquidity. What that then does is allows us to move through to when we get to recovery and resolution to apply some stress testing to that capability. In addition to the BAU processes that we've set up, we have also switched on advanced predictions, which is the main thing that I'm going to go through in today's video. So to begin with, we're going to look at revenue planning. And again, using that best practice capabilities, we're holding various different driver-based rates that relate to our lending assumptions. So whether that's going against our products, our loans that we're sending out, or whether it's rates that need to be applied to our deposits, we can manage both from the one platform through the one process. We have visibility across all our different revenue outputs, across all our different facets of the business, whether it's a different global business unit or a different function within the business. From this central area, I can see all the various asset classes and products across my various income account lines. I can see my previous year's actuals, I can see my current year forecast, my current year plan, I can see my variances. I can then also start seeing, as a planner, I can see all the various methods of planning that I have at my disposal to facilitate multiple outputs of plan across all my various years. Now, again, that's methods of planning across different versions, across different scenarios, so expanding out that planning capability. I can easily get to that driver-based plan from a right click. So from that BAU plan, what we're trying to do is actually expand that analytical capabilities and add in the configuration of advanced predictions. As you can see, we have utilized each one of the Oracle out-of-the-box algorithm to provide us various outputs which we will then use for analysis, as you will see in the next screen. If we just quickly jump through one of the advanced prediction processes, you can see that we have switched that on for advanced predictions. We've set our calendar, we've set our historical and future data. The key point here, and one of the major benefits of this advanced prediction capability, is the data preparation. So any missing data that we have in our history, the system is automatically going to fill that for us when the model has been run. So you can see that we have run each of the different models. We have all the various outputs. What do we do with them now? We need some analysis. So we've configured some analysis into the model as well. Here we can see in this first pane is our accuracy to our actuals. So we've got our 6 months of actuals. We can see our variance of our current plan to those actuals. Our year to date is showing that our plan is sitting higher, 112% of our actuals. We can also see that analysis across all the various outputs, so whether it be the univariate or the various algorithms that are used in the advanced predictions. We have all those outputs held within EPM, and when we have configured the analysis to provide us these variances within the system. So you can see with these outputs that the profit algorithm is most accurate across each of the different cases. We can see differing variances across each of our different products. What that then allows us to do is actually, from our analysis on what's happening to date, is seeing how that is applied going forward. We can then see our forecast variance to current plan across our future years. So again, just providing various different variances, various different outputs, and to your processes, whether it's planning process, forecast process, to provide you that guidance and a surety of your planning processes to make sure they are as accurate as possible. Now moving through to the additional stress testing capabilities that we have configured into the solution. So we've maintained that consistency in the process. We've flipped the view slightly. We're now looking at our deposits and our loans across the various classes that we have. We can still see our actuals, our forecast, our plan, our finalised plan from our BAU process. But what we're doing in this section is that the ability to apply additional management action library stress tests or what if analysis. So we can see here we've got two running. We have the analysis there. We can see what all the various outputs, and we're now going to have a look through the process of how we actually get to that. So the first thing really is creating a new version. Again, using that capability within the tool, we can create a new version very easily. The data will all get copied across. That allows us to then think about planning out our balances across our deposits and our loans across the various classes. We do this using the predictive planning capabilities within the tool. And you can see here from the various outputs, we have applied different assumptions across our various asset classes. We're getting that analysis provided to us. We can see that our retail deposits, we have planned it out at -3% growth rate, as we have all our deposits. So we're expecting in this stress test all our deposits to reduce by 3% per year. What we're also expecting to plan in as well as our mortgages. We're looking at a major growth of 22.7% of our mortgage loan book, and all other loan books we're looking at around a 5% growth. Now you can see as we've planned that in across each of the different balances, we're getting various analysis provided to us around our worst case, best case, and our risk with regards to our projection. We can then combine that together with the drivers that we have. So that's our loan balances all being projected out. We can then think about playing tunes with each of the various drivers that we have across the process. So whether it's changing the rates at the start of the process, changing rates between different versions, we can still see our actuals and our plan rates there as well. We can change the different rates that are applied to our various products or our various deposits, again, across